My name is Yuri, and I play the cello. I think first and foremost, as a performer, I think of myself as an interpreter. Like you said, a medium between the composer who lived 100, 200 years ago and somebody today who may be, if I do my job well, may be struck by a question that people haven't commonly been asking for a very long time. But for me to do my job well, I need to be seriously informed about the ways that people lived in previous generations and centuries, and not only the way they lived, but the way that they wrote their music. The way that composers wrote their music, particularly in the 19th and the 20th centuries, they are hoping that the person who's listening, the people who are listening to their music, are brought in and drawn into those same questions. Nowadays, we listen to music much more passively, and that's often reflected in the kind of music that's being composed now. But definitely in the 19th and the 20th centuries, the questions about life, that the composers want the listener to be asking those questions actively as they're listening. When you have a good conductor on the podium, as we do with Daniel Reiskin, oftentimes it will feel very satisfying, because sometimes the conductor will be putting the questions or inviting you to consider the questions in a way that you had never thought of before. And that's when that relinquishing of your own will becomes exciting, because you discover something that you'd never thought of before. I want the audience to be impacted by the questions that the composer is asking, and to be thinking, okay, what does Beethoven want to say to me here? In a broader sense, I want an audience to be inspired by that collective effort that they can see happening on stage. I want it to be a metaphor for culture, for life, for society, thinking about if we actually relinquish some of the things that we think are super important to us, but we realize that the whole is more important than my own individual desire. The whole point is to have this union between the composer and the interpreter, and then of course the audience as well, so that every performance could potentially be something, a unique experience, something that you'll never have again. It's just a moment in time that you're asking these questions in a specific way on this day, and these are our answers for today. That's what makes live music so exciting.